Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Oh! Oh no!
Daniel?
I'm down here!
What happened?
I fell down the stairs!
Oh my goodness, are you okay?
Not really!
Oh. How did this happen?
I have no idea. It was just a big blur of flailing limbs and cracking bones.
Do you see that?
All I can see is the ceiling.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Okay, I'll wait here.
It's a banana peel.
That's interesting.
This must be what you slipped on. Why is there a banana peel on the stairs?
I don't know. Maybe we have a monkey problem.
Brace yourself, Daniel. I've got some shocking news. I think someone was trying to hurt you.
Mission accomplished.
You know what? This is like a job for
No. Don't say Charlotte Wilson.
Charlotte Wilson, P.I.
Can somebody help me up? Look, Katie, there's really nothing for you to investigate here.
Who's Katie? I'm Charlotte Wilson, P.I.
Well, Charlotte.
Ah, that's Miss Wilson to you.
Miss Wilson. There's really nothing for you to investigate here, alright? Look, I just slipped and fell down the stairs. It was just an accident.
I don't believe in accidents. Just like I don't believe in unicorns. There's something fishy going on here, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it.
Oh, boy.
It was Friday. A cold Friday morning in the middle of March. 5 minutes past the hour of 0800. I had just arrived at Wilson PI headquarters with a cup of coffee in one hand and the latest issue of Detective Magazine in the other. I'd like to say I was well rested, but sadly, that would be a lie. For earlier that morning, I was awoken by the sound of my neighbor's stupid dog barking. Though I suppose I should be grateful. For had it not been for that irksome canine's insistent yapping, I surely would have been late for my 8 a.m. appointment. That is, had my 8 a.m. appointment not canceled at the last minute. Turns out the price to replace a lone, missing sock was comparatively reasonable next to my exorbitant prices. Her words, not mine. So now here I was, sleep deprived and with no further work to do for the day's entirety. I decided to get comfy, close my eyes, and resume my sleep. Unfortunately, I was awoken by the sound of the phone ringing. Charlotte Wilson, P.I. It was a man. A young man. He seemed as though he didn't want to talk to me, saying that his sister had insisted he call. I told him that his sister was a very wise woman and probably quite beautiful as well. But anywho, he was acting hostile and sarcastic, but I knew better than that. Clearly he was just using this as an act to hide his true feelings of fear. You see, someone had tried to murder the poor chap by leaving a slippery banana peel at the top of a long, steep staircase the man frequented. I told the man I'd come take a look at the crime scene, and if I suspected foul play, I'd jump on the case faster than monkeys on a bed. I'd be a darn fool not to. There was clearly something strange going on here, and I was going to figure it out. Or my name wasn't Charlotte Wilson, P.I. I'm lost. And no, I don't mean I'm working on a challenging case that I just can't seem to crack. I mean, I literally don't know where I am. I thought I would be able to find this, Mr. Hart's residence quite simply. After all, it was in my own neighborhood, just a couple streets down. I think I made a crucial error on that second turn. I turned left when I should have turned right. Or did I turn right when I should have turned left? Now I can't remember. Of course, that was 40 minutes ago, and I've made approximately 30 turns since then. I tried using my new Global Positioning System, or GPS, to get me out of this bind, but the blasted thing had been no help at all. I'm certain it had me going in circles. I decided to pull over so I can figure out just where I am.
You have arrived at your destination.
Ugh! I curse the day I ever bought you, you wretched Global Positioning System! Oh. I guess I have arrived at my destination. One look and I knew. Without a doubt, this was the man I had spoken to on the phone. He possessed the same snide attitude, masking his true emotion of terror. I knew this man desperately needed my help, even if he didn't seem to want it. Charlotte Wilson, P.I.
Daniel Hart, nice to meet you.
May I come in? I'm freezing my behind off out here.
Yeah, sure, come on in. You know, Miss Wilson.
I prefer Inspector Wilson.
Inspector Wilson. Like I said on the phone, I really don't think there's anything here for you to investigate.
Do you know what, Mr. Hammond? Once I knew a man whom I suspected was being stalked by a clown. I asked the man if he wanted me to take his case, and he insisted there was nothing to investigate. And do you know what happened? The very next day, the police found his body in an alleyway with banana cream pie all over his face.
The clown killed him?
What? He's not dead. Why would you assume he's dead? You have a sick mind, Mr. Holloway.
Wait, you said the police found his body in an alley.
Yes, his living body covered in pie. Why would you assume I meant his dead body? You know what? That's not the point. The point is that to this day, I still can't look at banana cream pie without feeling disgusted and ashamed. Well, that's not entirely true. I love banana cream pie. But do you get what I'm saying, Mr. Hoover?
No, I really don't think I do.
The point is, I'm not going to let anything stop me from solving your case. I will not let you get banana cream like the man from my story.
Okay, well, there's no sense trying to reason with a crazy person, so why don't I just show you where it happened. So I was just heading downstairs. I guess the banana peel was right there, so I just stepped on it, slipped, and fell.
Do you smell peanut butter?
No?
Care for a lollipop?
No thanks. I'm actually not supposed to eat too many sweets, so.
Do you live alone?
No, I live with my sister and my parents.
And were they here the morning of the incident?
My sister was.
Well, based on what you told me over the phone, your sister sounds like a remarkable person, so we can rule her out as a suspect. Why were you coming downstairs that morning?
I was just gonna go watch some TV.
There's a TV upstairs, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, but we have a DVR downstairs, so I was gonna go watch one of my recorded shows.
A DVR, huh? So I would assume that means you don't like to watch live TV?
I wouldn't say that. It's just nice to not be constrained by the TV schedule.
you don't like to be constrained. Have you ever spent time in a mental institution?
What?
You know, a loony bin, a funny farm, a nut house.
I know what you meant, but why would you even ask that?
Well, you said you don't like to be constrained. I assume this was because of a traumatic childhood experience in which you were constrained by a straitjacket. Generally speaking, straitjackets are used at mental institutions, so I will ask you again, sir. Have you ever spent time at a mental institution?
What does any of this have to do with me falling down the stairs?
All part of my methods, Mr. Hernandez. I'd like to see the banana peel in question. Can you show that to me, please?
No, I can't.
And why not?
Because I threw it out.
That is tampering with evidence and is an offense punishable by law.
It's not evidence because this isn't a crime scene. It's my house.
Do you have a short temper, Mr. Hill?
What?
You got very angry with me quite quickly there. Tell me, have you ever had anger management classes?
Is this an interrogation? I'm the victim here.
You just said this isn't a crime. How can you be the victim if there was no crime?
I don't...
Which is it? Is there or is there not a crime? And may I remind you, sir, you are under oath.
I'm not under oath.
So you admit you're lying.
No, well, I didn't even say anything.
Is this or is this not a crime?
No, it's not, okay? It's not. It was just an accident. It was nobody's fault, okay?
Well, I'll just have to see about that. I'm launching a full investigation. I should have your case solved in a couple of days. I charge $77 an hour. You can pay me in cash or in chocolate chip cookies. I prefer the latter because, honestly, I spend my money on them anyway, so you're just going to save me some time. We'll be in touch. Do you happen to know how to get to Bob North Street from here? Your neighborhood is a maze. An hour and a half later, I arrived back at Wilson PI headquarters. Upon my return, I realized I had left my copy on my desk, and it was now disgustingly room temperature. Ugh, this day just keeps getting worse. I knew I should probably get to work on the banana peel case, but my lack of sleep was hindering my ability to think straight. I decided I would make a second attempt at that nap. I leaned back in my seat, closed my eyes, and drifted off to sleep. Unfortunately, I was once again awoken by the sound of the phone ringing. Charlotte Wilson, PI. It was a telemarketer. Stop calling me! I'm lost. And yes, this time I do mean I'm working on a challenging case I just can't seem to crack. It's the case of the man who slipped on the banana peel. The puzzle of the peel, if you will. All of the signs point to an accident, but my gut still tells me it was intentional. And I know better than to distrust my gut. It's been a full day since I first received this case, and I don't feel like I've made any progress at all. There must be something I'm missing. Some piece of the puzzle that I can't seem to find. If that wasn't enough, I'm being haunted. Haunted by a small grouping of pixels, strung together to create the image of a tiny straight line. Mocking me with its relentless, repetitive flashing, inhabiting the vast empty sea of white that exists below a single word. Theories. Of which I have none. This has never happened to me before. Never before has a case stumped me to such an extent. I decide that I must have missed something at the scene of the crime yesterday, so I go back. I go to knock on the door, but instead discover that the door is open. This seems very suspicious to me, so I reach for my gun. But then remember that I don't have a gun. I make a mental note to get a gun, or at least some pepper spray. Perhaps I'll take a kung fu class, or a class in self-defense. I really should do something. I'm going in here completely unprepared. Well, I haven't actually gone in yet. I cautiously enter the house, and I call my client's name. Mr. Hamilton? No answer. So I begin searching for him myself. But nobody, not even the great Charlotte Wilson, P.I., could have predicted what happened next.
Inspector Wilson? Are you alright?
What happened?
You slipped on a banana peel and fell on the stairs.
Oh, that's great.
What?
That's wonderful, splendid news.
Okay, hold on, Miss Wilson. I think you might have hit your head.
No, don't you see? It means I've almost solved the case. The perp is getting nervous. They just tried to off me the way they tried to off you.
I think you might be overthinking this. What happened to you was just an accident, just like what happened to me.
A remarkable coincidence, don't you think? No, this was intentional.
But no one even knew you were coming over today. I didn't even know you were going to be here.
That's because I'm like a black squirrel on a sunny day. My movements are unpredictable. And yet, they knew I would be here. Maybe they're having me followed. Either way, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. This trash can. When I was here yesterday, there was a liner in here. Now there's not.
Oh, yeah, I emptied it yesterday. I guess I forgot to replace the liner.
Really? Because it was nearly empty when I saw it yesterday. Why would you take out an empty trash bag?
I guess it got filled up somehow.
Seems unlikely. Buried away in the basement here. I can't imagine it getting filled up in just one day.
We sure do ask a lot of questions, Miss Wilson.
Perhaps. Perhaps not enough. I think I've seen enough here. I'm gonna go back to HQ and look over the evidence. You should be hearing from me in the morning. Good day, Mr. Hashimoto. Back at Wilson PI headquarters, I lay out all the clues I've come across while working on Mr. Howard's case, hoping to get a fresh perspective on how they all fit together. But nothing comes to me. I decide to hit the internet for some, research. After all, a good detective must keep up with technology if they don't want to get left behind by society. And that's where I saw it. The final piece of the puzzle. The one piece of evidence that connected every seemingly unrelated element of this near unsolvable case. Or at least, it would have, had I only known one critical piece of information. Who's Daniel Hart? I'm awoken by the sound of the phone ringing for the third time this week. What?
Inspector Wilson? This is Daniel Hart.
Daniel Hart? I don't believe we've met.
I'm the guy who fell down the stairs.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. I just wanted to check on the progress of my case.
Well, actually, Mr. Hart, I just had a huge breakthrough with the case.
Oh, well, that's great. Why don't you come over to my house and you can tell me all about it?
Actually, I think it'd be better if you came here.
Oh, are you sure?
Yes, I'm quite sure. I'll see you then, okay? Bye-bye. Mr. Hart, come in. Have a seat.
Nice place you got here. Charming.
Oh, it doesn't usually look like this. No, I set it up special. For you. See, I finally did it, Mr. Hart. I finally solved your case.
Really? Well, why don't you tell me who did it?
Well, I should think you'd already know. Considering it was you!
What? What? That's ridiculous. That doesn't even make any sense.
Actually, it makes perfect sense. I know you did it. I know how you did it. And I know why you did it.
Well then, maybe you'd like to tell me because I'm lost.
Tell me, Mr. Hart. Do you recognize this picture?
No, I can't say that I do.
Oh, sorry, not this one. This one. This is a picture you posted online the day of the incident. It's a picture of a plate of food. Let's see what we have here. There's some chocolate chips, some peanut butter, and, oh a banana.
I don't see where you're going with this.
Don't play dumb with me, Mr. Hart. I pwn it dumb. Allow me to refresh your memory. Here's how it went down. Earlier that day, you were enjoying this very snack. After peeling your banana, you recklessly threw the peel on the ground like some kind of animal. You took a picture of your snack and posted online like some kind of Instagramming hipster. When you finished eating, you threw your paper plate in the trash. Later that day, you slipped on that very same banana peel and fell down the stairs. Your sister witnessed the whole thing, but you couldn't tell her the truth that you had left the banana peel on the stairs. Why is that, Mr. Hart?
I don't know.
Well, you should. You told me yourself. You weren't supposed to be having sweets. From the very beginning, you didn't want me on this case. You knew I'd figure you out. After I left that first day, and you saw my sheer brilliance, you knew you had to cover your tracks. Specifically, the paper plate in the trash can. But you couldn't just take the paper plate out of the trash can, no. Because the whole liner smelled like peanut butter. Then, you placed another banana peel on the stairs, hoping that I'd slip and fall. Trying to convince me that accidents happen. But this backfired. Because it only confirmed my suspicions that there was a criminal on the loose.
But I didn't even know you were coming over that day. How would I have known to plant the banana peel?
You did know I was coming over that day. Because you saw me drive past your house. You see, I drove around in circles that day, trying to find my way through your maze of a neighborhood. I probably drove past your house 2 or 3 times before I realized where I was.
Well, that's quite the story, Miss Wilson. But even if it was true, you wouldn't be able to prove any of it.
Unfortunately, he was right. I couldn't prove any of it. At least, not yet.
You know you're just speaking out loud, right?
I am? Sorry, I get confused sometimes. There. Now I'm in the voice inside my head. Good old head voice. Actually, I don't have anything left to say. You may go!
What on earth? What are you looking for, Miss Wilson?
Evidence, Mr. Hart. The last piece of evidence that will tie you to this case. The paper plate you threw away.
It's not in there.
What?
It's there. There goes your evidence. Have a nice day, Miss Wilson.
Actually, it looks like they missed a piece. Ah, the paper plate. What do we have here? I bet the boys down at Forensics will say it's peanut butter. I've got you, Mr. Hart. Now there's only one thing left to do. Hello, Mom. I think you'd be interested to know what your son has been up to. So now you know the story, the puzzle of the appeal. After that, I went back to Wilson PI headquarters, hoping to finally get some restful sleep. I usually sleep well after completing a case like this. Gives me a sense of worth and satisfaction. So I leaned back in my seat, closed my eyes, and drifted off to sleep. And you'll never guess what happened next. Charlotte Wilson, PI. Stop calling me! Oh well. All in a day's work for Charlotte Wilson, PI. Ouch! I couldn't get him. I couldn't get.
Hold on, you're gonna make it. I'm gonna need a reset.
Oh my
Focus,
gosh, that is so bright.
So you might you're crying. You might just need to like tilt your head up a little more. Like, oh wait, there you go, there you go.
I can't see.
Are you alright?
No, it's way too bright.
You're
No, the clan didn't.
The clan didn't kill
The
him.
clan didn't kill him. You got very angry. Just had a huge breakthrough. My line's covered up. I think your case will be crapping up. Your sister.
Sister.
I asked the man if he wanted to investigate. If he wanted. From the very beginning, you were. I don't know the rest of my life.
Okay.
What is it? No, don't you see? Yeah. Good.
What?
Whatever.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Because you saw me pass by the house that day. You see, I drove around in circles that there was that day.
And
Action!
action.
Oh!
Start
I said action!
Go ahead.
What the director did! I've been expecting. Sorry. Then you placed a. Do you see this thing? I don't know what it is.